Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Thanks God that today we can meet again in the course of English for tourism. I think uh, it is the good opportunity for us to start our lecturing today by reciting together Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, today I would like to share with you maybe still introduction uh, to be continued about the content in the last week. Because of that, I would like to share with you what I would like talking about today. Okay, it is our course, our subject. Okay, last week I have introduced you about the tourism site or tourism heritage, including also historical site or historical heritage, uh, generally, not only in the world, but also not only in Indonesian, but also in the world. As we know that Indonesia is part of the world tourism side. Because of that, I think it is important to us to understand also, to comprehend related to the tourism condition, particularly in Southeast Asia tourism or Southeast Asia travel and tourism condition before COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so let's we uh, discuss about the general information related to the Southeast Asian tourism condition. Okay, I think the global competitiveness report and survey reveal that ASEAN natural and cultural heritage is one of its key competitive strengths. Southeast Asia has a rich and diverse set of natural and tangible and intangible cultural tourism resources located in both rural and urban areas. So I think Indonesia is part of the Southeast Asian countries, And if we see about the map in Southeast Asian countries, Indonesia is the big countries. More than half area in Southeast Asian country is the Indonesian nation state or Indonesian territory. Because of that, I think it is very important to know about the Indonesian position in the Southeast Asian countries. Many countries in Southeast Asia label Indonesia as the big brother. Okay, the big brother here meaning not only big in area, but also we are big in population. How many total population Indonesia currently? I think more than 200 and 260 million. Okay, more than the more than half of ASEAN total population. I think what is live in Indonesia. So I think Indonesia is the big brother in Southeast Asian country, not only big size in territory, but also in population, including also I think in the tourism heritage, tourism sites. Okay, the region natural and cultural heritage sites inscribed in the UNESCO, UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Social, and Cultural Organization World Heritage List, highlights and reflect its unique heritage, and matched with its natural heritage is a rich and diverse endemic ethnic culture with overlay of Arab, Chinese, Indian, and European influence. Buddhist, Hindu, Muslim, and Christian religious tradition, and vernacular architecture, music, literature, and indigenous knowledge enrich the region and add to the appeal of its outstanding natural heritage, its rural landscape, and its vibrant urban center. Okay, as we know, not only Indonesia, Southeast Asian country is diverse country. We have had many ethnic group, many language, many custom, and so on and so forth. Indonesia, for example, has had more than 250 mother tongue or regional language or dialect. Fortunately, Indonesia has the national language, we call it as the Bahasa Indonesia or Indonesian language. But what is in reality, Indonesia and also Southeast Asian country is the diverse country. There's many religion in Southeast Asian country. Indonesia, okay, majority is Muslim, but country like Thailand, majority is Buddhist. And then majority of Philippines, for example, majority is Christian, Catholic. Okay, so not only in religion, but also in civilization. If we read about the Dennis Lombard book, that in Southeast Asian countries, including also in Indonesia, there's the three web of civilization: Hindu, Buddha civilization, Islam civilization, and finally Western civilization or modern civilization. Because of that, in Southeast Asian countries, including in Indonesia, these three civilizations, Buddha, Buddhist, Hindu, Islam, Western civilization, including also Christian, available in Southeast Asian countries, including in Indonesia. Of course, the religion also become the what is interesting object for the tourism. Okay, there's many religion heritage in Buddhism, for example, Islam with the mosque, Hindu and Buddha with the temple. What is Christian with the what the heritage of Christian church? Okay, and also the what is heritage building or modern architecture, and so on and so forth. So enrichment in culture, in religion, in custom, and so on, it is become the potential for the tourism site in Southeast Asian countries, including in Indonesia. Okay, next, let's see about the international tourist arrival to ASEAN countries before COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, I think the data is 2016. What is important here, if we see about the data, that tourism or tourist visitor or tourist arrival in Indonesia is less than other countries, including less than Singapore. Singapore is 9 million, okay, destination in thousand. Singapore 9, Indonesia just 7 million. I think in 2016. Okay, let's be comparing with the Thailand. Thailand 15 million. Okay, 2 times from Indonesia. Malaysia, I think it is very interesting. 24 million tourist arrival before COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so it is become the critical question: why comparing with other countries in Southeast Asian region, Indonesia still left behind in tourist arrival comparing with other countries. Maybe you can answer this data and you can identify why the tourism sector in Indonesia still left behind comparing with the Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. As I have mentioned earlier, Indonesia is big brother, a big in size of population, big in size of area, but the tourist arrival in Indonesia, I think still minimum. Okay, just 7 million, and then 6 million, 9 million, and 10 million in 2015. This is before COVID-19 pandemic. Maybe you can answer why Indonesia still left behind comparing with other countries in Southeast Asian region, particularly in the tourism sector. And as we know that tourism sector become the what is budget generating for the GDP, okay? GDP, gross domestic product. I think it is very important for economic growth for each nation state in the world. Okay, maybe you can make the comment in the WhatsApp group, make the brief comment why Indonesia in 2016, particularly in tourism sector, was still left behind comparing with other countries in Southeast Asia. Okay, and now let's see about the tourism in the COVID-19 pandemic. I think this data takes from December 2020. Okay, of course, because Indonesia is a big population, the death rate in Indonesia, of course, there's the I think it is more than 700. It is in thousand or in million? Maybe in 700. Okay, 700 and thousand. 743,198 person. Okay, comparing with other countries, of course, Indonesia is number one because Indonesia is big population. But let me see about the Philippines. How much total population Philippines? I think less than Indonesia. If I didn't forget, just 125 million Philippines. Okay. Malaysia, I think just 33 million. Less half from the West Java province. West Java province population is 60 million. Okay, Malaysia just 30 million. Because of that, the confirmed COVID-19 cases is less than Philippines and Indonesia. Singapore, I think 15 million, similar with Jakarta metropolitan. Thailand, I think similar with the Philippines total population. Brunei, I think, do you know how much total population from Brunei Darussalam? Just 500,000. 500,000 eh? 500,000 population for Brunei Darussalam. So Of course, this COVID-19 pandemic impacts to the tourism sector, including also in Indonesia. Maybe it is also will become your homework, particularly when you presentation your PowerPoint. Please also you identify how strategy, how to manage your tourism site in your surrounding area in the era of pandemic. What is COVID-19 pandemic? Okay, of course, by COVID-19 pandemic, the tourist visitor from abroad, yes, what is less than before the COVID-19. Because of that, maybe you can make the recommendation or strategy or how to make your tourism site, tourism heritage in your surrounding area become interesting for the tourist arrival. Okay. Okay. The last, I think, the COVID-19 virus began to spread in ASEAN since the beginning of 2020. Okay. So we have been conducting the virtual meeting more than 2 years. Okay. 2 years. Now it's 2022. Still in the condition of COVID-19 pandemic. So starting 2020, the impact of the pandemic that occurred in many sectors of the country was disrupted, such as education, economy and trade, as well as tourism. Okay, so it is become our homework, and you as the candidate of employer in the tourism sector, maybe how to manage, how to make the good strategy in order our tourism sector became increase again, particularly in the time of COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, we are interested in this topic because countries in ASEAN, especially Indonesia, are countries that are famous for their natural beauty. However, with the pandemic supported by very strict and different procedures, policies, and protocol in each country, making it even more difficult for Indonesian citizens and foreigners to travel because the risk of spreading is too high. Okay, so I think it is our problem, our common problem. So how we can make the solve of problem about the real situation in the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of that, I think it is in the last what is lecture today. I would like to give the question: what your opinion or and a solution for increasing foreign tourists to visit Indonesia, as long as in the COVID-19 pandemic? Maybe it is just general introduction that our tourism sector still the what is bad situation because affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Maybe you can make the opinion or solution how to increase visitors from overseas tourists to visit Indonesia or to visit to our regional tourism in the time of COVID-19 pandemic. I think it is my sharing with you related to the general information about the tourism condition in Indonesia and Southeast Asian country. I think I have lectured you in 19 minutes. Maybe any comment or any question, please, the representative of female student or male student.
Sir, if I may.
Okay, Jackie, please.
You asked the question that how to increase foreign tourism in these pandemic times. And in my opinion, I think that is a an increasingly hard question to answer, because we cannot see or project how much this pandemic will go on. And tourism relies on people going to the sites, not just seeing the sites. So I do think that our best, as a solution, I hope, is that following the guidelines by like the National World Health Organization and all that stuff, we continue to use what we have right now, and we tell them to the foreigners that we have these sites that are open for the public, but we still have to like pay heed to the like, I suppose, norms for the pandemic. That's my opinion, at least. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much, Jackie. I think very interesting opinion. I totally agree with your opinion. So firstly, I would like to follow about the government rule or policy, okay, related to the tourism sector. So I think it is not only pitched by Indonesian government, but also around the world, okay, because of that, for tourism sector, I think it is the bad condition in the COVID-19 pandemic. So I think because we are just a student, not as the what is direct actor in the tourism sector, because of that, we just make an analysis based on our knowledge, okay, our opinion, our knowledge, and so forth. But however, your opinion is very good, okay. Okay, the female student representative, maybe any comment, any question before Ibu Diani will make the closing statement. Female student representative, please. Fully agree with Zaki opinion, okay? Okay, Bu Diani, maybe please, maybe any closing statement before we switch our lecture from Zoom meeting to WhatsApp group to see the student brief comment.
Okay, thank you, Bapak and everyone. From my humble opinion, yes, indeed, that the tourism greatly impacted by this condition, this pandemic. But we have one of the solution in tourism, if I'm not mistaken, that the discussion refers to the bubble tourism. So if we have in one country like Singapore, and then we make the sister country to make that bubble tourism effective and actively. So we have protocols, and then in Bali also make that condition available for everyone, but make sure that the protocol also should be taken. So that course of the bubble tourism is now effectively been used in the tourism. I think that one of the new information about tourism is about that bubble tourism. I think that's okay. Maybe that one of the solution that we can also refer to anticipate and to overcome these pandemic situations. Okay, that's very interesting, Bapak, for this information and how you raised the issue. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Diani. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my student, I think it is our lecturing today. I think let's imagine that maybe your task in presentation about the tourism topic please you imagine maybe your presentation in the time of COVID-19 pandemic or in the normal situation, in the new normal. So let's just imagine, maybe you can promote your presentation in the virtual, in virtual meeting. Because the promotion of the tourism sector is not only directly US guide, for example, but also we can promotion or dissemination about our tourism site in virtual device or in virtual methods. Okay, so you can free to choose your topic, whether your topic related to the COVID-19 pandemic or in the new normal. Okay, so it is, I think, as I have mentioned to Jackie, it is just exercise in academic, okay? Because we are not the actor directly in the tourism sector. We just the student. We can analyze about the phenomenon. Okay, so we have the big problem about the tourism sector in COVID-19 pandemic, and what our opinion to solve the problem, okay, or to promote or to disseminate our tourism site, tourism heritage in our surrounding area to overseas tourists, not to local tourists. Because if in local tourists we can promote or disseminate in mother tongue, okay, in the bahasa Sunda, in the bahasa Jawa, or in national language, because our audience, our digital comes from abroad. We should be promote, disseminate, makes the more information related to our interesting tourist region, of course in English, okay, in international language. Maybe Jackie, you can use the Dutch language if the tourist comes from Netherlands, okay? Never mind. Or if the tourist comes from Middle East, from Arab, from you can using the Arab language. Ya? Sadaqallahul adim. Wassalamualaikum. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and let's ending our session today by reciting together Hamdalah, Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. We will switch our lecture from Zoom meeting to WhatsApp group. I would like to see you brief comment, maybe related to the what is my presentation, why what is Indonesian tourism comparing with other Southeast Asian countries, it was still left behind, or what your opinion, what your strategy, or solve the problem to increase, to improve the regional tourism in your surrounding area. So please, you make the brief comment in WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. We will see again in the next week. And remember, please, particularly the head of class, next week should be collect the title of the what is topic, okay? The title for presentation. So because in the 5 meeting, we will discuss, we will share ideas, share experiences. Maybe you making presentation in 5 minutes, and then me and Budiani will comment, will suggestion your presentation. Okay, I think in order student as the candidate of tourist guide habitually in listening, in speaking, in writing in English, okay, because this subject is English for tourism, okay, not the bahasa Indonesia untuk kepariwisataan, but English for tourism. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. We
Thank
can
you, sir.
leave from
See you
the
soon.
Zoom.
Permission to leave.
Okay.